20 minutes ago.
Yes. That's what Rick
Yeah.
Rubin.
I mean,
All
that's
right,
kind of like what this is anyway.
what are we, so continuing on.
Do you want to talk about something or do you want to talk about someone?
Yeah.
No, I think
How about this?
look,
Because
the
this
last,
is a better segue or a better kind of stronger pivot for us to go into is I was working with someone recently, it was like in the past week, and I had been listening to this podcast. And the biggest takeaway that I got out of it was what are the things that you do when you're at your best? First, like knowing those things, like what does a good day look like? And the gist was that I pulled out of it was to ensure that you double down on those habits and behaviors when you're having your worst days, because it makes your worst days better and your best days better. I think they said it in reverse, but I think you get the idea.
Matt, you want to stab that?
And I think this is such a profound idea or topic because it's it's easy to find ourselves in these lulls where we're not having good days. And whether you sit on the anxious or the depressive side, um, I think we can still connect with what a day that is really good is like. Like for me, like a really good day is a day that I wake up early enough to write in my journal, and my son doesn't wake up at the same time, so I have to actually time to do so. Uh, to have space and time in the morning where I'm unbothered and I could just sit there, journal, have my cup of coffee. If I work out, if I spend time like reading a book for 30 minutes, like those are three things that if I do those three things, I know I'm going to have a really good day. You know, whatever else can happen, but those typically set me on a path for success. I guess
Nice
and the fourth thing would be um, is working with a class or a client, like an individual or a group, and having that as part of my day. Even if I had like one session, I just feel really good about like my day is like a huge success.
What happens if you don't? You've been journaling for a while consistently. Like, do you beat yourself up if you don't journal a day or two, or you're like that just happened? Like, I just couldn't find the time today. But it's not like where you'll unwind or spin if you don't get a journal session in. You know what I mean? You're able
Yeah,
to.
not anymore. It used to bother me. Like if I didn't do it, it would just be like, oh, I'm breaking a habit.
Right, the habit. Yeah,
But I don't feel like that anymore. It's like if I miss one day, I just miss a day.
yeah. I think that's a better way to look at it than like a 5 a.m. club. Got to do the Huberman like 5 things in a row to have a good start to the day, which we always talk about is like unrealistic for everyone, you know. And so, Brian, like I've sort of a adopted like I'll get up, I'll do like a quick less than 5 minute flow, stretch, yoga, and it's keeping me really well oiled. And then I'm like a couple weeks into it, just 10 minutes meditation every day, every morning. So habit stacking, that's one of James Clear's habit stack. And then um, the good day, you know, I'm still searching. I think I need to be productive in some way. If I'm not productive in like creating content or um, doing some of the art or pursuing something that I've been working on, then I feel like not like a waste, but just yeah, I get very down on myself if I'm not feeling productive. And
Kevin,
so
can I ask you about being productive? Do you have like a weekly priority list or task list or a daily
yeah, yeah,
one? Is there
oh, yeah.
some way that you track that to go, okay,
Yes,
here's
I
how I
mean,
can get a win for today?
yeah. So I mean, I have which I do enjoy about being sort of entrepreneurial is have like setting my own schedule, deadlines, and all that priorities. So yes, I do have lists going of what I have to do for that day. So I'm always checking one or two things off, but sometimes I feel like I should be checking more. And then part of what I've been working on is like input versus output. Like it's okay to just take some time to rest so that you're like sharp for the next day. Like the king rests to sharpen his blade for Monday or something, you know what I mean? And so I'm trying to get used to like you don't always have to be producing. You need to relax. Like you'll be you're not burning out. It's better in the long run if you spend time with those inputs, whatever that input may be. Like for me, it's like I really like to just watch like TV or a movie. Like that's how I just decompress and read. But I'm just trying to work through priorities, because there's still some scatterness going on each day as I'm trying to build out creating more content and then getting into training, my own training, and then auditions and on set work. So it's a lot to balance. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, all right, like Brian said, like what's the top, what's like a fucking top tier day for me? What does that look like? And I can feel it. Like I can feel it energy wise. I'm proud. I'm like, I decompress at the end of the night and say, that was a good day. But yeah, I mean, for me, just getting like the wins of just the stretching and the meditation every day, every morning has been really of creating that habit. But I won't get upset if I don't do it. Like even if I meditated at the end of the night, I still got the meditation in. So, but yeah, one or two habits to start the day, I think has been a really good, you know, thing for me to continue on.
Yeah, I think for me, I had, I don't know, a many years long uh, habit of morning journaling where I went years without missing that. Um, and then, I don't know, once every 100 days would miss a day or something. And that at first kind of bothered me. And then it started to feel like there was a pressure to journal, even if that didn't necessarily feel beneficial at the end of it. And I saw this quote from one of the Stoics that our habits make wonderful slaves and terrible masters. And it was something that allowed me to reflect on some of my daily habits and the rigidity of taking them off, taking them off, taking them off. There's value in that for sure. But there's also a point at which it felt for me like maybe my movement, breath, journaling, whatever these things might be, that when it started to feel obligatory to simply tick off the habit versus I'm engaging with the habit because I feel like I'm getting something out of it, it gave me a little bit of freedom to let the journaling habit come and go and to look at, well, what's the value in that? It's some time in solitude, like focused time alone. And maybe I journal, maybe I don't, but it's distraction free time to let my brain wander. And does it have to be done in the morning? It doesn't have to be done in the morning. Like you said, Kevin, get your meditation in by the end of the day allows you to be flexible in how you achieve that daily habit without feeling like mechanically, okay, I wake up at this time, I have to do this and this and this. And that kind of structure might work for someone. And certainly there were moments in my life where it's worked for me to be very rigid like that. But now I'm not going to get up for
Right.
that time alone. I'm just not, because the reality of my life with the commuting that I'm doing in LA
Yeah.
is that it's infeasible for me to be in bed by 9 p.m. so that getting up at 4 makes sense.
Right. Of course.
So I get that time alone, that journaling or solitude at some break in the day, but it's not necessarily part of my early morning. My early morning is wake up, shit, shower, shave, go to work and be with clients at 6 a.m. or sometimes earlier.
Yeah. 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 I think you hit it on that, like releasing the pressure off of the habits, um, has been very, I think as we matured and gone through habits and gone through these, you know, um, practices, daily practices, we've learned to sort of let go a little bit on the, not the discipline. We have discipline to do them, but like, oh, if I don't get it done, like I lost the day, you know? So I think that comes with maturity and just learning about ourselves and just becoming more aware. So I appreciate the flexibility that we've given ourselves to miss a day or two. You're on vacation, you don't want to get, and then be able to get back to it is the win. However long
Yeah,
a
and look,
ways that is.
I think for me the win is making an intentional choice to engage with the habit rather than just ticking it off on cruise control, or autopilot, or however you want to describe that.
Yeah.
There, for many years, I had a weekly habit of sauna and cold plunge, contrast therapy, once or twice a week. And that also got to a point where I realized, I'm just kind of going through the motions here. I'm doing it. The habit itself is neutral, not, I don't know, good or bad or whatever. But how much does it serve me if I'm just kind of going through the motions of doing this thing rather than consciously, intentionally engaging with it?
Right. Because
And I think that's where, for me, that's the real value, is to be present to whatever the habit is.
yeah, and I think because we as coaches, we're also learners. We're constantly being bombarded with new inputs of new things to try, new habits that'll make us more productive or efficient or more energy during the day, better athletics, better coaching, better humans, better parents, better fathers, whatever. So all of that is coming in, sensory overload as to what should we try next? Like, how can we up our game in our daily practices? So yeah, I think just sort of taking a step back and taking an audit of what we've done, and then like what works for us, and bringing it back to Brian, like what sets us up for the best day that we could possibly have, and then how do we learn from that, and if we want to tweak one thing or another, we have the ability, we have the flexibility, we have the tools to do that. Constantly
It's
learning.
interesting that everyone had a practice that was, I want to say interoceptive, but that was like you being or us being alone with ourselves and our thoughts. That I find kind of interesting, that maybe some people don't think about as being important. Like, I think Matt said something about allowing his mind to wander wherever it wants to go. Not in those exact words, but journaling for me is that, going on walks or sometimes like that for me. And if I can't journal, like 30-minute walk doing the same thing and just kind of appreciating um, where I live and nature. It's interestingly hard to do it with the dog because he is like having his own curious experience. So it's like just trying to keep him on track and keep him moving. It's like, I want to keep moving, but he wants to sniff rocks that were peed on and run after squirrels and lizards. And it's just like, oh, I think I need to take 2 walks because he's
Yeah.
kind of
Right.
infringing on my alone time or my.
Yeah, no, get it. Like when you walk, you want to walk alone when you want to walk alone. Yeah.
I mean, I can do it with the dog. It just like I have to bend the knee to him sometimes and just like let him be curious about the bushes. But when it's like 90 degrees in the San Gabriel Valley, like it's like, motherfucker, like we gotta fucking move. It's like getting hotter every minute.
Yeah.
And out here, like when it gets really hot, people look at you like crazy. Like, why are you walking your dog? Because the asphalt and everything gets so hot. And it's like, I don't need to be judged today. Like,
No, I get that. Yeah, we're outside for like 5 minutes with our dog. It's can't be out there for very long. What are
Yeah,
some of
Brian, I go ahead, Kevin. Sorry.
no, you go.
I was just going to comment on what Brian said. I think that introspective time is super important. Like the time to reflect on things that have happened in your previous days or whatever might come up for you. If we're distracted by walking the dog or looking at our phone or listening to a podcast or any of the other distractions, then sometimes it will drown out those thoughts, those ideas, those feelings that might come up, or it gives us an easy out that if something uncomfortable comes up, you can turn to those distractions. I think that's one of the things that I noticed, especially early on with a morning pages journaling practice, was that the discomfort of like when things started coming up, well, I don't want to write that down. I don't want to explore this thought or this feeling that's coming up. So what can I check my phone to see what time it is? Can I change the song on Spotify that's playing in my morning pages playlist? Can I I don't, you know what, I'll go make a cup of coffee. Like that focused time alone, where you intentionally try to remove distraction, uh, can be really unsettling and really uncomfortable. But there's so much value that comes from it. It's probably the most valuable of my consistent daily habits.
Yeah, yeah. Have you guys worked in any new habits, would you say, or practices at all, whether it be spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, social, over the last this year? Anything new? What's
Yeah,
what?
I'm back. I'm back consistently doing meal prep, and it's not necessarily a daily thing. It's a couple of times a week thing,
Oh, good,
but consistently doing meal prep for breakfast and lunch
nice. Yeah,
allows me to control what the quality of the food I'm eating and the quantity. It makes it easier for me to make good decisions. You don't get that decision fatigue of needing to eat, being out and about, and going, okay, well, do I make a good choice or do I make a different choice? No, just here's the container, put that food on a plate, heat it up, eat it. That one's been good for me.
nice, nice. Brad, what about you?
No, I mean, I like my 4 or 5 things, and I generally have pretty good days. So,
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait to tell
I
you.
mean, even on the weekends, the weekends are the same. It's like, I get up early anyway. It's not because I have to, it's by choice. Like, I like that time. And in the Saturday morning or Sunday morning, if I could sneak into the garage where everyone wakes up, I just throw on some jams and
Get
hit the
after it.
bike
Yeah,
or, play with the weights a little bit. Like, I don't do anything hard, but just kind of like move or breathe, move, think a little bit. And then someone wakes up and then ready to go. Let's do some stuff. You know, what about you? Sounds like the two things you have are kind of new,
what, the meditation? No, I've been meditating for a while, but in terms of like
but like as
daily,
a practice, yeah.
yeah, practice, I would say that. But no, I would say more so would be like the nightly downreg routine of like a binaural beats or a yoga nidra or a breath for 10 to 15 minutes. So that's been consistent every night for the last little over a month. So still fairly new, but that's
What's
really
the
helped
breathing
me.
practice that you do at night?
I mean, usually it's just like a 4-7-8. I'm just doing that with the binaural beats on. Or yoga nidra has been really, really cool. So I've got a couple YouTubes or even Spotify's yoga nidra channels. So that's pretty cool. They call it like a massage for your nervous system. It's pretty accurate. So
Is there
non-sleep
like
deep
four? What's the hertz on that? It's like 432 or something.
on what, yoga nidra?
No, the binaural beats that you listen to,
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
delta
the
waves or
playlist like
something.
it's around. I don't know exact frequencies, but the playlist like will have them in the exact range. But I mean, I was like told binaural beats by a naturopath doctor in LA when I went there like 2015. Like, so I've known about that. I've been listening to them when I want to just chill. But now I'm trying to do it every night before bed. So that's been a nice little routine. Like I'm trying to I do that and then I read a little bit, and that gets me into a nice place to hopefully fall asleep. So it's getting there. It's working. So I would say that's the most important one I've implemented besides the meditation. But I'm trying to get to the nightly routine. And, if it doesn't happen, it's okay. If it doesn't happen a night or two, it's okay. I'm not going to beat myself up. But I like, it's like becoming an anchor. An anchor is the word that chat GPT uses. An anchor at night. So yeah.
Can I ask um, a related question, which is there a habit that you've removed, let's say this year, that you feel like has made a difference?
Instead of habits, I remove people.
I like it.
I'm joking.
That's good.
Look,
I'm
No,
half
no.
joking.
On the
no,
next
look,
episode. No names, no names.
I rarely blame myself for anything. It's just kidding.
far easier to blame other people. That's an incredible habit
No,
to
that's a good
develop.
question. I am working on that. I think I thought about this is trying to remove the habit of using my phone when my kids are home. So trying to implement like not doing the like scrolling through social media or checking my phone and not keep so it would be not keeping my phone on me when I'm at home is what I'm trying to do more of.
Nice. That's good.
So it's like adding a habit, but also removing the habit of constantly being on it because I get sucked into it.
It's important.
Yeah, I got like 2 minutes and then I got to leave.
I would say not complaining out loud. When you
Okay.
speak, it's 7 to 10 times more powerful, and if you speak negatively, 7 to 10 times more negative into the universe. So even just something like it's so high, like just minor things, like I was catching myself doing that. When you catch yourself and you don't vocalize, like you actually are in a better mood at the end of the day.
Yeah, dude, I
Your
like that.
negativity.
That's
Yeah,
great.
it's scientific
I hate
fact.
it when people say that they're tired. It kills me.
I said, yeah, that's one thing I
I'm
hate.
so tired. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro. I'm like, what did you do? He was like, I worked all day yesterday. And I'm like, welcome to life. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
so you lived yesterday? And he's
You
like,
lived.
You live.
what? He literally, the dude looked at me. He goes, what? I go, dude. I'm like, so yesterday you did life. You
You did
woke
like,
up, you went to work,
yeah.
and you got home later than you thought. So you lived. He's just like,
Oh, okay.
ah. I was like,
That's
oh
so good.
God, you're tired. You're tired. I get it.
Did life. I like that.
Yeah.
Another one. Matt, go.
Yeah. So the habit I have really been focused on is uh, my willingness to engage with conflict and communication or relationships with other people. And that has been super uncomfortable and also incredibly beneficial. So it's speaking my mind sooner, uh, being more willing to defend a position that I'm taking, more willing to disagree with someone and verbalize that disagreement, and really getting comfortable with disagreement or conflict as a natural occurrence rather than something to be avoided at all costs. Uh, because that's a habit that I picked up from early on in my upbringing. Be super agreeable, uh, please everyone around you, do not rock the boat, don't make waves. Um, and so the new habit is just the willingness to be engaged in conflict and the willingness to disagree or without being disagreeable.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Sweet growth coming from that. Yeah. Cool. All right.
Well,
We're going to
gentlemen,
wrap this up.
Gentlemen,
yeah,
Yeah.
Kevin, can you close us out? Or I'm
yeah,
just gonna have to leave. You can fix
Uh,
this in post,
Kevin,
as my friend
outro
says all
us.
the time.
we appreciate you joining Matt, Brian, and myself for our fourth installment of the Catalyst podcast. Feel free to check us out on YouTube, and then also we'll be throwing out some more social channels for the Catalyst podcast and all things. And we look forward
Did you just
to
say
seeing you next
social
time.
challenges?
Channels, social and challenges.
Channels.
Social channels are a
All right, I
challenge.
gotta go.
Next one. See
This
you
whole
guys.
thing is challenging.
Cool. All right, cool.
Okay,
All
I'm going
right.
to stop the recording.
That was a good one.